Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeff. I'll be your facilitator this evening. Welcome to the National Catholic College Admission Association Virtual College Fair. Try to say that fast 3 times in a row. But we do appreciate you being here this evening. As a reminder for those who haven't participated before, your cameras are turned off and your microphones are muted. You can certainly interact with the admission representatives through the chat function below. And without further ado, we will get started. We have first up Benedictine College.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Joe Kuckelman. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions for Benedictine College. I am directly in charge of all recruitment from the Eastern Seaboard, the Southern States, Texas, Oklahoma, and part of Kansas. So tonight I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Benedictine College and what we have to offer for you guys. We are located in, if I can get it to, there we go. We're located in Atchison, Kansas. We are a Benedictine Catholic college, meaning we were founded by Benedictine monks in 1858, and those monks are still a part of our community today, kind of giving us our reputation as a Catholic college. We are one of the top small Catholic colleges in the U.S. We are in the top 10 on the Newman Guide, which means that a group of bishops rated us as one of the top Catholic colleges in this region. So this is kind of a little bit of an overview of what campus looks like, along with what we have to offer you guys. So this area that you're kind of looking at, this is one of our main academic buildings, St. Bendix Hall, which is one of the original ones constructed by the monks when they originally started the college in 1858. As you can see, it's a very beautiful campus. We sit in the foothills in northeast Kansas, overlooking the Missouri River. We have about 2,000 students here on campus, ranging from 49 different states and 13 different international countries. So we have a wide range of students that come here to get an education. Our college is founded off of these 4 major pillars. We are Catholic, Benedictine, liberal arts, and then residential. So what that kind of means is the Catholic element, we are founded on the Catholic values and traditions, meaning that we are unapologetically Catholic, and that is our main part of our foundation and identity here. Under that, we are Benedictine, meaning that we're founded by Benedictine monks. We're liberal arts, meaning we have a wide variety of education here. All students have certain liberal arts courses that they are required to take, ranging from philosophy, theology, history, math, science, fine arts, on top of their major courses. Our students to graduate will have to take at least 128 credit hours to graduate with a degree from Benedictine, and there's certain credit requirements from within that. On top of that, the residential element stems from, we require 85% of our student body to live on campus, which for us, it gives us kind of a unique opportunity with having 85% on campus. It means that all of our students are actively engaged with the community and they're always present on campus. So all of our campus events, ranging from Oktoberfest to Mardi Gras, all have high student attendance. To our athletic events, all of our students are present at those. So it creates a very well-knit community here that engaged in the same kind of goals and mission. As you guys can see, we're located in Northeast Kansas. We're not too far away from some of the major cities. We're about an hour north of Kansas City, which is kind of nice. We're in a small rural town, so students kind of get that small atmosphere while they still have the opportunity to go to a large city and partake in some of the events that go on in a bigger city. We have over 50 different majors here on campus, ranging from business to architecture, engineering, theology, philosophy, along with quite a few minors too. So students get a wide variety of majors that they can pick from. It's very common for students to do a double major or major and minor. We're also one of the only small Catholic colleges in the country. There's 4 other Catholic colleges in the country that have this. We're the only one that has architecture and engineering, and especially a classical architecture program. So it's a very unique thing to Benedictine. We also have a study abroad program that our students get the opportunity to travel around the world. We have several different partnerships with other schools like Franciscan, but our main program is Benedictine College owns an Italian villa overlooking Florence that we send about 50 to 60 Benedictine students abroad with one professor to spend a semester in Florence learning about the Italian culture, history, philosophy, art. It's a very hands-on experience that students really get an eye-opening experience to the Italian culture and way of life. We have some different programs of distinctions ranging from some different science and STEM related ones to an honors program to constitutional fellows, which is going to study the Constitution and the Founding Fathers principles. We're also going to have stuff that range from engineering, architecture, fine arts. So we have a wide variety of courses and different programs that students can partake in. All of our students are going to receive some type of scholarship, ranging from anywhere from 11 to 19,000 every single year they're at Benedictine. That's as simple as when a student applies, we look at their transcripts and their test scores, and we base scholarships off of that. So students, every single student will have some type of financial aid. Along with that, we have academic, athletic, and music scholarships are available to students. This is kind of an overall view of what the cost is. Our average cost is right around $23,000 after financial aid kicks in, which is great for families because we come up right around the same as a state college. We have a lot of alumni all over the country in great positions in different architecture firms, business firms, attorneys. So we've had some real results. The college has proceeded to grow over the past few years, and we're going to continue to keep growing with architecture, engineering, and finance being our largest growing programs right now. So it's kind of just a quick overview, and hopefully if you guys have questions, you'll feel free to reach out and we can kind of get you guys more information on Benedictine.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate your time there. Next up, we have Emmanuel College.
All right, everybody. So good afternoon, good evening to everybody here. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. My name is Jake Henricks. I am an admissions counselor at Emmanuel College. I'm happy to take you through this presentation here just to give you a brief overview of our academic programs, extracurriculars, different things like that. So just to start everybody off here, we are a Catholic liberal arts and sciences college located in the Fenway neighborhood of Boston. So right down the street from Fenway Park, where the Boston Red Sox play, the Longwood Medical area, all kinds of entertainment opportunities for students as well. And this title slide kind of gives you a good idea of where we are. So this is our main campus kind of in the center right there. And as you can see, it opens up to anything and everything that you can imagine here in the Fenway neighborhood of Boston. So just to kind of highlight a couple of things on our location here, we are about 1,900 students at the college, so relatively small kind of campus environment. But as you can see, it kind of opens up to all kinds of activity and kind of life in the city here. We are the #1 city for entrepreneurial growth and innovation, the #2 best market for STEM professionals, and the #3 most walkable city. So our students really are kind of experiencing really the best of both worlds with a kind of more intimate size atmosphere on our main campus, and then when they open up to kind of the location here, plenty of opportunities to take advantage of. Just to briefly outline some of our academic programs at the college, we are broken up 70 majors across 5 academic schools. So as you can see, we have our School of Business and Management, our School of Education, our School of Humanities and Social Sciences, our School of Nursing and Clinical Sciences, and our School of Science and Health. As I said, we're about 18 to 1,900 undergraduate students, 16 Division III varsity athletic teams as well, for plenty of opportunities there. As I mentioned, 70 majors and minors, plenty of areas of study there. 50,000 hours of community service as well. So that's a big portion of kind of the Emmanuel experience. And we also have some Fulbright recipients for scholarships as well. We're also a big residential population at Emmanuel. About 85% of our students live on campus. So as I kind of highlighted the location there, a lot of students are taking advantage of that. So we do offer 4 years of housing on our campus as well. And here is kind of a very word heavy look at all of our majors that we offer. So everything with a gold star next to it is a minor. So you can feel free to pick a major, pick a minor program, kind of pair those together. We also offer some double major programs too. So if you're interested in that, that's a good option. And really at Emmanuel, again, that kind of close-knit community is stressed. So our average class size is about 20 to 25 with a cap of 35 students. So students are never kind of thrown into a big lecture hall style class or auditorium style. Everything is really one-to-one, which is nice. All students have 2 years to declare their major as well. So with exception to our nursing program, every program is kind of open-ended to the student. So if they want to go in as English and change their mind to bio and to chemistry and history, they can certainly do that, and they don't have to declare anything until the end of their sophomore year. All students are also assigned an academic advisor for 2 years of their college career here, helping them out with different classes, knocking out requirements, different things like that. And just to highlight some brief statistics here on our internships at the college. So as you'll see, 100% of our students complete at least one or more internships during their time here. So definitely, obviously a big portion of that, that academic side of things. We have a very high employment rate and very high grad school placement rate as well. So we try to be very intentional in our placements, which is really great for students as well. Over 100 student clubs and organizations on our campus as well. So plenty of options there for you if you're interested to kind of take advantage of that. And finally, just some requirements to apply and some dates and deadlines for you. We are a common application school. All of the requirements are listed right underneath there. We also offer early action and regular decision deadlines for students. So if you're interested in applying, our early action 1 is November 1st. Early action 2 is December 15th, and the regular decision is February 15th. So students have a few different tracks to apply with us there. And finally, that wraps up the brief presentation here. I would encourage everyone to connect with us on our social media if you're interested. Give us a like, give us a follow on there. My contact information is also listed right there. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out following the presentation.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate that. As well as reaching out afterwards to all the attendees, don't forget you can ask questions in the Q&A below. Next up, we've got St. Edward's University.
Sorry, I went away there for a second. Alrighty, thank you so much, Jeff. Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Medina. I'm an admissions counselor here at St. Edward's University. We're a small liberal arts university in Austin, Texas. So really beautiful city to take advantage of right now. This is a great kind of image of our main building. It's kind of what we're most known for. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. So looking at some numbers here, you can see that stands in that sweet spot of not too big, not too small, just a little under 3,000 students. Your average class size is going to be about 18 students. So really conversational classes, not so much lecture based, which is really great for our students. We have over 50 areas of study to choose from, lots to mix and match with. You can double major, do a minor, really whatever you're kind of hoping to look out for as you continue your education. We're a very diverse campus. We have 44 US states represented, as well as 57 countries. We're also a big study abroad school. We've got 30 partner universities around the world. So students are able to study abroad at these schools with tuition and scholarship transferring. As far as sports, we have 11 NCAA Division II teams, as well as club sports. We're a very green campus. So lots of trees there on campus, more trees than students, actually, which is a really fun fact. And then again, just 3 miles from downtown. So it's able to keep us secluded from the rest of the city. We are a Catholic university. We're part of the Holy Cross congregation, but we also have 34 other faith traditions present on campus. So no matter what, we've got a spot for everyone to feel a part of the Hilltopper community. Living in Austin is a really great experience for our students. Growing every day, but as of right now, a population of 1 million, being the 10th largest city in America. But what's cool about Austin is that although it's growing each and every day, it still kind of has a small town feel. So as you're a student hitting up some local hotspots, you'll be able to kind of expand your network from the Hilltop community. We are also the live music capital of the world. So we do have events like Austin City Limits, which brings over 120 musicians to the city of Austin every October, as well as South by Southwest, which is a music, film, and interactive festival that happens every spring break. People from all over the world in these industries come to South by, and we've had important events like Twitter launched during South by, tons of movie premieres. So students who are interested in these industries end up volunteering or interning with South by, and it ends up being a really great opportunity for them. Other than that, besides the city life, Austin's got great outdoor space, like hundreds of miles of hiking and biking trails. You can go swimming in Barton Springs or just hang out at Zilker Park. No matter what, there's always something to do here in Austin for our students. As far as academics, we are a liberal arts university. So as a couple of schools mentioned, you'll come in, of course, taking courses in your major specific skills, but we really want you to have a really holistic education. So you'll also have those soft skills under your tool belt from our required liberal arts credits. So of course, say you come in as a bio major, you're still going to be required to take an art, writing, ethics, or religion. Again, just kind of wanting to have that holistic education for our students. Engaging classroom experience, as I mentioned earlier, and a ton of personal attention. As a first year student, you'll get someone who's called a success coach, who is basically your academic advisor for your first year to make sure you're taking the most advantage of St. Edward's as you can. After your first year, of course, you do get a major specific advisor. That's just because they'll have the best information for your field of interests. There's a quick look at our most popular and unique majors. Psychology is our most popular one. Some of our newer ones include video game development. So we're really excited to have that here with us, especially since there are some video game developing companies here located in Austin. So really great opportunities for our students. As I mentioned earlier, we're a Holy Cross institution. Basically, we want to continue to serve and support a culturally and religiously diverse student body. Yes, we are Catholic, but everyone has a place here with us. Last year, we also have a big commitment to service. So as you can see there, we had 70,000 hours of service, which if you divide that per student is a really great number. As far as academics, again, bringing it back to that really holistic education, we want to educate the mind, but not at the expense of the heart. So we are also moving towards a more social justice institution. So you will have those really important discussions in your classrooms that you can really count on kind of helping you become a better person or a member of society after your time at St. Edward's. Living on campus is a really great experience. We have 6 first-year residence halls and on-campus apartments for upperclassmen. You do get to
Sorry about that, folks. Looks like we lost Patricia. Or are you back?
Did you lose me there for a second? I'm so sorry.
I don't know if I lost you or you lost me, but I apologize if I interrupted you.
Oh, you're good. I mean,
okay. You're done. Okay. Excellent. Sorry about that. Next up, we've got Mary Immaculate College.
Thank you so much. So I am going to share my screen and hopefully get this presentation up and running. So here we go. Okay, I am coming to you this evening all the way from Limerick in Ireland. So it is now, it's 11:20 at night, so I'm not at my brightest. Also, I have to try and explain the whole country to you and not just my campus. So we'll see how far I get. So Mary Immaculate College, we are based in Limerick in Ireland, founded in 1898, and we are actually part of the Mercy Order. We are a multi-campus university, and we offer both education and liberal arts. We do all the programs from undergraduate to diploma, master's, and PhD level. I'm quite conscious I have a lot to get through and not a lot of time, so do excuse me if I fly through these. In terms of the college size, it's about 5,000 students, so maybe small to medium size, but that is great for our international students because it means they really get to know the area and get to know other students around as well. The city itself is very walkable. We have great pricing for students as well. So our college accommodation works out at maybe €2,500 per semester. Limerick is actually quite a low cost city, so that does work out really well for our students. We have all the usual supports on campus as well. Student unions are a big thing in Ireland. They act like the bridge between students and faculty, to the point that if you even have an issue with your faculty, you can actually go to the students union for support there. We have the usual sports facilities as well, and because we're actually a city campus, you can avail of any of the facilities that are in the city as well. And of course, there's student discounts for everything around. All you have to do is show your student card and you'll get 10, 20, 30% off anything. Something to remember is that we very much want our international students to be integrated with Irish students, but that doesn't mean we don't realize you need extra support. So the international office always has their doors open for our international students as well. Just a little bit more about Limerick. I know you're probably very familiar with Dublin. So Limerick is actually the third largest city. We're on the west coast of Ireland, and basically it's a riverside city, and it's also known as a student city because even because of its size, we still have about 3 higher education institutions within the city itself. So it's a very youthful population. That's just a little map of where we are. I will fly through our offerings. As I said, it's liberal arts and education. The psychology is brand new this year, so we'll be taking our first intake in September. Bachelor of Arts is very popular. Choose 4 subjects in first year and then take 2 to degree level to graduate with a double major. We have our contemporary and applied theatre studies, which will be very hands-on with a lot of practicals. Same goes for our early childhood. A lot of practical work there in early start centres around the city and the country. And of course, we have our BA in Education and Business Studies as well. And a third subject you can usually take with that is either accounting, mathematics, or religious studies. Something I know you're very interested to hear, and this is why we get a lot of US students. Our tuition fees start at just €11,153 per year. The most expensive program is the BSc in psychology, and that does go up to 16,000, but any of the BA programs are in around the €11,000 mark. I have had parents of our US students say to me that even with the scholarships they would have gotten at home, it was still actually cheaper to send them to Ireland. So, it's good to know that there is a good reason, and they do have a great time once they come to us. There's a few additional price saving options as well. While our degrees are 4 years in length, our international students can do some of our programs in just 3 years. So they can, this is the lovely Myrna from Denver, who actually did her degree in 3 years and then opted to do a master's in year 4. So she actually got her degree and her master's in just 4 years. She could have gone home with that, but she's actually still in Limerick. She loves it so much. She hasn't gone home yet. So yeah, this is the idea that you can actually complete a master's in your 4th year. Basically, all of our master's programs are 1 year in length. It does mean they are very condensed, so they can be quite intense, but at the end of the day, you do get your studies completed. So that's the price range. They can be anything from under €5,000 to over €12,000. This is my final slide. I got it in there. There is, of course, the option if you want to do the 4-year undergrad program that you can actually study abroad at any of our partner universities all around the world. It's all over Europe, the US, Latin America, Asia, and Australia. So a lot of the students actually opt for the 3-year program from the US, but we definitely have the ones who do opt to try something a little different as well in year 3. So I just want to leave you with my my email address if you have any specific queries about studying abroad, studying in Ireland, and I would be delighted to explain anything in more detail to you. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you, Allison. Appreciate that very much. And go get some sleep here in a few minutes.
I think I'll have to, yeah.
There you go. Next up, we've got Fordham University.
Good evening, everyone. Let me just pull my screen up, hopefully. Oh, no, that's wrong. Give me 1 second. I think we've got it now. Okay, great. Good evening. My name is Jean Renner. I am the Associate Director of Admission at Fordham University, normally based in the Bronx at our Rose Hill campus, which you can see on my picture behind me. And again, thanks so much for joining. So kind of our catchphrase is New York is my campus, Fordham is my school, in addition to being the Jesuit University of New York. But a little bit about what that means. So each of our students, of course, does this in their own unique way through classes, through our Center for Community and Engaged Learning, which really focuses on social justice and immersion in New York City, through the Fordham Foundry, which is our hub for innovation and entrepreneurship, or through our new cultural engagement internship program, which places liberal arts students in paid positions at nonprofits that support some of New York's most important endeavors. So there's just so many ways that the fabric of New York really becomes the Fordham student experience. So something additionally unique, I guess, about Fordham is that we have 2 campuses within the university. So you can see these are the different college offerings that we have, 3 different colleges across the 2 campuses. So again, a campus in the Bronx, a campus in Manhattan, connected by our intercampus shuttle, which is called the Ram Van, and of course by the wonderful New York City public transportation system. As a student of Fordham, you're going to apply specifically to one of our colleges, which will determine what your major options are, where you'll live, assuming you want to live on campus, and housing is guaranteed for all 4 years, and really just where your daily experiences will be. But you'll have options to explore beyond that field of study. So up to about 1/3 of your total coursework at Fordham can be done across colleges and across campuses. So we have liberal arts majors, maybe a political science major who's also doing a minor in marketing within business school, or a marketing major in business who's studying Spanish as their minor. So in total, we have more than 450 academic advisors that will help you to kind of chart your own personal academic path and make the most of this variety of college and campus options in your time at Fordham. So a little bit more about academic opportunities. You can see just some stats here related to research, prestigious scholarships. Study abroad is super popular at Fordham, and a number of accelerated master's degrees and pre-professional programs, for example, a 3-3 law program. So lots of ways to expand upon what you're doing for that kind of core major and minor. A common denominator at Fordham and with Jesuit schools, and you'll hear from one of my colleagues later, is a focus just on the liberal arts, even if you're a business student or a theater or dance major. So this slide on the left actually is going to show you, well, I should say the list on the right is from a survey of about 36,000 employers who were identifying qualities that they're looking for in college graduates to be, hiring and employing. The list on the opposite side shows kind of how the liberal arts values that we really emphasize in our teaching align with those skills. And the idea is that, no matter what you major in as a student at a Jesuit college or university, you're going to be prepared to have a wide variety of career options, not just specifically what you major in after you graduate. So a little bit about campus life. We're in New York City. There's so much to do and take advantage of, but I often get the question, is there a lot to do on campus as well? And the answer is yes, absolutely. So being a student at Fordham means joining a community that will help you to explore your passions, find new interests, and grow both personally and professionally. You'll see a few of our clubs listed here, but in total, we have over 220 clubs and organizations, 23 Division I men's and women's sports club and intramural sports, And again, that doesn't even scratch the surface of what there is to do socially and otherwise, just being students in New York City. So we certainly know that our community is made richer by the people who we fill our classrooms with on our sports fields, in our dining rooms, our residence halls, which is why we're really committed to diversity in all dimensions, again, especially being in New York City, including ability, culture, gender identity, race, religion, sexual orientation, and socioeconomic status. Fordham students can connect and grow through our student affinity organizations, which you'll see a number of them listed here. At both or either of our campuses, and obviously have the opportunity to engage with students with both similar and completely different backgrounds, something that is really special about going to college in New York City. We strive to be a community that welcomes and makes everyone feel at home. We believe working to understand and respect what makes us unique is an essential part of a college education, and it's very much rooted in our Jesuit mission and traditions. Some other kind of highlights of Jesuit education, if you're not familiar, is Hominis Pro Alis, Cura Personalis, Magis, all these Latin words that basically mean care for the individual. And just a little bit about outcomes, about 91% of our recent class was employed within 6 months of graduation. So we feel, that Fordham students are really set up to change the world upon graduation. So thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks so much. And then finally this evening, we have Marquette University.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and bring you greetings from the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All right, so just like my colleague from Fordham, Marquette is a Jesuit university. We are located here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I, Susan Whipple, am an assistant director here in the Office of International Education. One might think that being a Catholic university, all of our students, or a vast majority of our students, would be Catholic as well. But Marquette students indicate that only about 50% of them identify as Catholic. Marquette and other Jesuit universities welcome students of all faiths, as well as students of no faith. So something important to keep in mind as you are looking for the best place for you. Marquette is the first university, or I should say the first Catholic university in the world to enroll women. And we really encourage all of our students and our community to be the difference. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that means. Marquette's a medium-sized institution. So over 11,000 students here on campus. And you can see we are located in the heart of the city of Milwaukee, just steps from downtown. 7,600 students here are undergraduates. Our students come from all 50 states, Guam, Puerto Rico, and 68 countries around the world. So we really do bring the world here, and your being part of our campus is an important part of our mission. Our class sizes are small. You get to know your classmates and your professors, and they get to know you. We offer over 75 different academic programs or majors. So everything from business to engineering, to pure science, to computer science, to communication, to health sciences, nursing, education, communication, and many times if there's something that you want to do to combine interest areas, you can also make that happen. In addition to the 75 majors, you also have the opportunity to participate in accelerated programs. So over 25 different programs offer you the opportunity to earn both your bachelor degree and your master's degree in 5 years instead of the traditional 6 years. Also, double majors, triple majors, those are pretty common here. And our faculty work with you to make sure that you can finish your academic program within the traditional amount of time. Students interested in research or internships have lots of those opportunities. Students who really don't know what they want to study have the opportunity to work with a dedicated advisor for 2 years to figure out what's best for them. And you also have the input from other students, your faculty and alumni to help you along the way. A lot of students here participate in internships that are just going to be steps away from campus, but our students also go all over the United States and the world for their internships. Many of our study abroad programs encourage or include the opportunity to work in that location so that you are not just learning, but gaining a lot more experience as well. We offer a lot of opportunities to connect with other students, both on campus through our 300 clubs and organizations, as well as off campus within the city of Milwaukee and within the greater region as well. In addition to all of these activities on campus, within the city of Milwaukee, you can pretty much do anything. The city of Milwaukee is located on Lake Michigan, which is known as the Fresh Coast and is consistently voted one of the best cities to be in. It's a mecca for young professionals, and anyone who is a basketball fan will want to come and experience the NBA championship location for the Milwaukee Bucks, which is also where Marquette students go to watch Marquette's basketball games, and it's also where you will graduate from. To apply, you can submit the common application or Marquette's application. There's no application fee for either. An application is complete when it includes your academic records, any external exams such as CSAT, CAPE, IGCSE, and evidence of English. We do not require SAT or ACT for admission. In addition to the excellent value that Marquette has been listed to be, we offer merit scholarships to students. In addition to our academic scholarships, students are also eligible for NCAA Division I academic scholarships, which many times can be added to your academic scholarship. Students can also work on campus if they'd like to supplement the funds that their family is sharing. So thank you, and I hope you'll consider Marquette. And I'm going to put some information into the chat that you can refer to if you'd like to. Thanks.
Thanks, Susan. Appreciate that. Well, we've got a few minutes left here. Why don't I invite all the admission representatives back on camera here, and we'll go through a couple of Q&A questions just to give us a different feel for their institutions and some of their thoughts on the admission process. So the first question I want to ask is, what is the one thing you want students either with us right now or will watch this in the future remember about your institution? And why don't we just answer it in the order we presented? So I'll let Benedictine go first. Well, maybe Joe's not with us. So why don't we, Emmanuel College? Why don't we go, Jake? What do you think about that one?
Yeah, that's a good question. Certainly one thing that I would want the attendees to take away from Emmanuel is kind of our size and location and how that plays into students' education. So, I kind of talked about how we have intimate class sizes on campus, but we're not only a personalized institution, but we also have an outstanding location in Boston, Mass. So I would definitely want students to kind of take that into consideration as you go through your college search.
Great. What do you think, St. Edwards?
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. I would just like students to, again, just kind of reinforce the location versus size. A lot of support and from faculty and staff members and your peers here at St. Edwards who want to see you succeed and do well. and just really take into consideration the fact that how fast Austin is growing and how many businesses are moving here. So plenty of opportunities for internships, and lots to take advantage of from a big city like Austin, Texas.
Thanks, Patricia. Allison, what do you think?
Okay, well, I suppose it's kind of hard to say anything different, really. But certainly what I've heard from the horse's mouth, both international and Irish students at Immaculate College, is that they do find it very welcoming. The size of it makes it that bit easier to get to know people and lecturers, and the support's there. They do find it that, they can get help with anything they need. The city itself, as I mentioned, it is very much a student city. I was between a student from Australia and a student from, I think, California, who were on study abroad, and each of them had heard on opposite sides of the world that Limerick was a student city. So that confirmed it for me.
Excellent. It's Fordham University, sorry.
Yeah, I guess just reinforcing our tagline, the Jesuit University of New York, Jesuit kind of being obviously very reaped in tradition, and again, that care for the individual person, with all the opportunities of a large research university, lots of different majors and programs and colleges and campuses, all within the city of New York, which I'm biased, obviously, but I think is one of the greatest places. We have so many great locations represented here tonight, but New York has always been a favorite for me. So just that we're the Jesuit University of New York.
There we go. And then Susan, what about Marquette?
Sorry about that. I have everyone know that Marquette is ranked number 6 in the United States for job placement by the U.S. Department of Education, and we are number 1 for job placement here in Wisconsin.
Very nice. So we've got time for, let's do one more. What advice would you give someone going through the search process? And Jake, we'll start with you.
Yeah, that's another good question. Best piece of advice that I can give prospective students and families that I try to tell people is do your homework, so to speak. So, go to as many college events as you can. Explore, small schools, explore larger schools, explore, schools that offer different programs, explore different locations. That's truly where you're going to start to kind of feel it in your gut, as I like to say. So narrow down the process as best you can, and ask lots of questions, chat with admissions reps like myself and everybody on the call tonight, and just do your homework, as I like to say. So narrow it down, and you'll know what's right before you know it.
There you go. St. Edwards, what do you think for us this evening?
I would just, from my personal experience as I was considering schools, I would encourage all students, if they can, I know it was a little bit difficult because of COVID, but really visit the campuses that you're considering. You can only kind of get the vibe or the feel from a campus online so much. So definitely, if they can make the trip to visit whatever campus that they are considering, I highly recommend that.
Allison, what about Mary Immaculate?
Okay, well, I'm probably going to give a very obvious answer here and say that I do encourage students to look outside of the United States. And I don't just mean Ireland. There's a lot of opportunities out there to, immerse yourself in other cultures. The cost factor is a big thing as well. There's probably a misconception that it's more expensive to study outside. It's really not. Some countries are cheaper than others. So I would just say, keep your mind open, keep your options open.
Very good. And then what do you think, Fordham?
Yeah, my advice is to actually just be your authentic self. I think a lot of students feel like they have to project themselves a certain way in this process to impress a college. But you're just as much in the driver's seat of these outcomes as the colleges are. Inevitably, you're going to have great choices and you're going to choose the school that's right for you. So just make sure you're being authentic to yourself in how you present yourself. We don't need you to say that you care about community service if you don't care about community service. We'd rather know what you're really interested in and what makes you unique, and then work to find a school that wants you just the way you are, to be able to be a part of their campus community.
Perfect. And then Susan, wrap us up with this question.
Sure. I would say see this as an opportunity not to be stressed, but as an opportunity for personal growth, to really learn about yourself and to learn what's important to you. And, you know, ask questions of people that have gone before you and learn what they learned so that you can learn and grow from them as well.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank all the representatives this evening for joining us. Certainly appreciate your time and your expertise. For all of those in attendance, thank you for bearing with us this evening. We had a couple of mishaps in technology. I apologize. But again, have a great evening. Good luck on your college search process. Sign up for additional sessions tonight, as well as April 24th. And I wish everybody a great evening. Bye-bye.